Let's hear what Penta has to say.
He's got some thoughts to share with the crowd.
He's got no shortage of bravado.
This is the confidence you need to succeed.
Message received from Penta loud and clear. That's a serious promise made.
A bold claim. I hope the superstar doesn't regret it.
Lock your doors, hide your girlfriends, and alert the authorities.
Call a barber to shave his mustache.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day. From San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds.
You can talk about the type of person Dominic Mysterio is all day, but you can't deny this kid has it.
Is it his terrible mustache, his greasy mullet, or his appetite for chicken tenders?
No, I'm talking about that intangible charisma that you just can't teach or you just can't learn. You either got it or you don't. And like I said, Dirty Dogs, he got it.
I won't take away from Dom's in-ring ability or his in-ring instincts, which are well beyond his years, but he's still a weasel who always seems to find a new low to sink to. Just ask his dad.
Oh, believe me, we've talked about Dom. I'm staying out of that family drama. I'm just saying what I see from this kid.
Dominic Mysterio is a true workhorse in WWE. The first man to ever main event Raw, SmackDown, and NXT in the same week.
Could stand to focus more on his in-ring and less on his love life and personal issues.
Dom's an excellent multitasker. He can juggle it all. That should be celebrated. Here comes the young OG.
And his opponents, first from Greensboro, North Carolina, weighing in at 180 pounds, Bron.
Doesn't get more impressive in the ring than Javon Evans.
Yeah, Bron has been listening to me, man. He's been working on developing that edge, that killer instinct.
Here comes the 330-pounder, Bronson Reed.
Representing the Vision from Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed.
An absolute monster in the ring. Bronson Reed can crush, pummel, destroy, or pound anyone he sets his sights on. And then the tribal thief will grab your kicks and add to his Shula Fala.
Certainly a big part of what makes Reed one of the most fearsome competitors in WWE today. This is a critical moment now to see if you can find a way to keep going.
Reversal after reversal. This team are ready for each other.
Looked like Reed is moving up the exchange. Getting back to his feet, trying to fight on, but it might be too late.
There's some shock in the arena after that kick out. Soaring into the arm drag. Spectacular athleticism.
We might be nearing the limits of this.
Don't see any way he can turn this thing around at this point. The whole arena is on their feet at this point.
And that must be fueling these superstars. Just another burst of adrenaline could end this.
Good God. Didn't need the counter. Just a clean blow.
Hoisted upwards, looking for a powerbomb. Desperation struggle here. Boom, 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 there.
Get this back to the ring.
And looking to do some damage. There it is. Reversal. Uh-oh.
Now he's taking a breather on the outside. Clearly, he's feeling a little overwhelmed at the moment.
Did he kick out?
Impossible! How did he kick out?
A great evasion through the legs.
Heads outside the ring.
And no countouts means he can take his time.
You can see Hogan's eyes taking in.
Sets up.
Getting put against the turnbuckles.
Back into the ring here. Well scouted by Reed.
Dominic able to defend against that.
Counters with an attack.
This entire match has been a highlight reel moment. What a night for these competitors.
Just incredible. There's been no quit from these superstars.
Look at the feet. The feet.
Just the chilling sound of bone meeting steel.
I'm still trying to process all the action that we saw there in the triple threat match. This recap should help.
here is your winner, Dirty.
Quite the impressive victory, coming out on top against two very capable, very prepared competitors.
He is standing tall, standing proud. The role model in the building. Everyone's thrilled. Even you, Cole.
I have cautious optimism.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from San Jose, California,
Even Bayley's strongest critics and most bitter of rivals have to admit that Bayley is a sports entertainment history maker and a game changer.
I agree, Wade. We have our issues, but nobody can deny Bayley's passion for this business and her drive to become one of the all-time greats.
She arguably already is one of those greats. Bayley grew up idolizing WWE superstars like Eddie Guerrero and Lita, and now she's regularly in the same conversations as those legends and many, many others.
A bona fide future WWE Hall of Famer, no matter how you slice it. Here comes a great competitor with awful taste.
representing the Judgment Day from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, the WWE Women's World Champion, Liv
You know, quite a unique competitor. Just when you figure them out, she changes everything.
Yeah, Liv actually ditched her sense of entitlement and got to work. Now, look at her. She's a top competitor.
She always has a plan on lock. You know how she says, watch me. She's saying, watch as she pulls off.
Dangerous situation, needs to find a way. And she does. Great move. About to get worse. Drop kick finds the mark. Disrespecting their fallen opponent. And an elbow drop to fall. She puts the brakes on that.
Really solidified herself at the top of the WWE many times. Corey, what do you have to do to knock her off the top of the mountain?
Well, Bayley has always been a tough opponent, no matter the situation. If you want to get the higher ground here, you need to kick this thing into a higher gear that Bayley can't handle. Push the speed of this match.
this matchup.
You'd expect nothing less from the show that won the Monday Night Wars. This is the
You've seen this kind of action happen before. It's called a distraction.
She still fights out and won.
This battle rages on.
Morgan wasn't around.
This one. Bayley was narrowly in the throes of a 3 count, but had the wherewithal to force her shoulder.
And with that outcome, maybe Liv just saw this one slip through her feet. Bron Breakker's really being tested now.
Clearly been holding strong throughout this match, but you can only hold strong for so long.
Morgan on the receiving end.
He's directly to the face.
Morgan using every ounce of grit she has to execute that move.
Complete shot. This is one of those victories that can really change the course of your career.
I completely agree with you. It was hard-earned, but look who's here. The celebration may be short-lived.
I'm not sure if they're here to congratulate or mock.
A superstar with every ingredient to be a megastar.
Yeah.
The following is a fatal four-way match. Making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 240 pounds.
Definitely set to make an impact in WWE.
This guy has never been a spotlight he didn't like, but I'll give credit where it's due. When you're as good as LA Knight, you shine bright naturally. Look into the eyes of Rusev. A truly barbaric competitor, Rusev rips through opponents like a brutal force of nature.
Bron Breakker, weighing in at 340
doesn't quite realize the amount of pain that they're in for.
Just looking at the intensity in his eyes here, this is not a man I would want to be fighting.
I don't think Rusev is anyone's first choice for an opponent.
The always menacing look on the face of Rusev. You know he means business.
Has an undeniable legacy in sports entertainment.
And representing the NWO from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds,
Booker, when you guys were in WCW, did you know he was going to be a surefire Hall of Famer?
This man has taken down opponents nearly twice. His size truly one of the best.
It's El Grande Americano, and he looks different.
and weighing in at 202 pounds.
Impressive how El Grande Americano has leveled up his game ever since joining WWE.
Yeah, did you notice he got taller too?
He's just standing straighter, Cole. I think he's been doing more stretches too. But one of those reasons could account for the appearance of added height.
Look, I don't care who's under the mask, whoever he is, he's a cheater. He disrespects Lucha Libre.
That's all hearsay, Cole. In the words of Americano, silencio. That means silence.
Yeah, Wade, even I know that much Spanish. Here we go as we kick off this huge fatal four-way match.
This is a match that could really favor a sadistic superstar as they get out they want. No pesky disqualifications getting in the way, causing some serious damage to the three superstars standing between them and victory.
them to still kick out at this point, but he knows it's worth it.
superstars in action.
Here is your winner.
Make way. The beast has returned.
The following contest is scheduled for one fight. Making his way to the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 286 pounds.
Brock Lesnar's been a dominant force his entire career.
And Brock's double-digit world title reigns should be all the proof you need.
This man is facing an opponent tonight who is simply unstoppable. Can he break the Bron Breakker tonight?
This dude is one of the most impressive young superstars we've seen.
Bron Breakker on a meteoric rise in WWE.
And his opponent, representing the Vision from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 250 pounds.
Talk about exceeding expectations in this business.
Yes, Bron Breakker has had a meteoric rise in WWE ever since his NXT days. Breakker may be a second-generation superstar, but he is very much his own man.
He won his first title in NXT a few months after debuting, and his first Intercontinental title months after moving to the main roster. He's a fast learner, man.
Bron Breakker has only exceeded expectations since stepping foot in a WWE ring, and it's clear that he's still got a hell of a lot more to offer. This match is underway, and in action is Brock Lesnar.
With Brock Lesnar in the ring, you really don't know what's about that. And you're built like Brock, with a mean streak like Brock, with the skills of Brock, you can really do whatever the hell you want.
There's always a sense of chaos whenever Lesnar's music hits. Throughout his career, we've seen how quickly he can start. That's what makes Brock Lesnar as dangerous as he is decorated.
But then there's Bron Breakker in there looking to absolutely decimate. When Breakker gets going, he just looks absolutely unstoppable in the ring.
And Breakker has had a massive chip on his shoulder lately. Standing across from Bron Breakker is a dangerous position to be in, no matter who you are.
And now he's headed out of the ring.
Overhand shots and elbows and forearms.
Oh.
Lesnar unleashed. Every strike more devastating than the last. Driven right into the post. Oh my goodness, dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
And it's Breakker himself being the one flattened there.
An example of the destructive force that only Brock can bring.
He gets into the ring.
Brock Lesnar turning up the intimidation factor.
Back in. Got carried away with the back
And it's furious.
that?
Big clothesline. A surprising lack of brutality from Lesnar there. Coming back from the outside now.
Still putting up a hell of a fight.
He was almost done for. Evades the attack.
Sent right into the corner. Reversal from Bron.
Breakker's vulnerable here.
He even put through the ringer tonight.
That's the brutality we've come to expect from Bron.
There's a counter for Lesnar. Lesnar, the beast unleashed. Coming for it, looking for the victory. There's two. He kicks out somehow.
Breakker defiantly getting his shoulder up in time.
And you have to think Lesnar is only going to double down on his intensity after coming so close there. He counters with a great reversal.
He'll soon be put back down.
Taking him to the corner now.
You can tell he's looking to end this here.
Yeah, and Brock is busted up after that one.
In the solar plexus.
Brock Lesnar. German suplex release.
Totally checked out at the moment.
Irish whip reversal. Look at this incredible speed. Watch out now. Bron Breakker wrecking shop.
Bron Breakker has a command right there. That can do Lesnar in.
Makes a cover.
You messed up. You didn't put Brock Lesnar away. And now it's only a matter of time. That monster just woke up.
That seemingly wasn't good. And Bron being hammered again.
Brock must be having thoughts of ending things soon.
Bron Breakker sending a clear message here. Breaking out a lot of time to charge up. Something cataclysmic incoming.
Breakker might have it.
Looking for the pin.
Paul Heyman's heart just skipped a beat. Was that a wake-up call out for Brock Lesnar? Has it just angered the beast more?
And Breakker has to be wondering just what it's going to take to end this. How far does he have to go?
And we knew that these two would give each other a fight, but neither one of these men is backing down here, not even a little.
And not
Taking flight. Saw it was coming. Awesome power slam.
Lesnar caught by surprise.
Forcefully sent into the corner of the ring.
Right on the top rope. emotionally, and now has to deal with this.
Well, this is a dangerous situation for a worn-out Victor. Fresh superstar stepping up, talking some trash. And this may be a glimpse into our future.